if anybody out there knows what it is. Okay, I'm in Atlanta, Magic City. The lights out for some reason, but there it is right there. Right, just dropped off a few exotic dancers. I'm working a late night tonight because they didn't let me really get started until 3, even though I tried to start around 1. I didn't actually do it my first one until 3, right? So I'm just starting this. I'm just gonna talk because I know probably nobody's gonna come in here at this hour. So I just want to get in here and say this real quick. You know, when you're a Ti, excuse me for the beep. Let me put it on. Oh, I got somebody else to pick up. Well, when you're a Ti and you're in these major cities like this, you're gonna come into, and you're a certain kind of real Ti. You're gonna come into contact with famous people. Just to give you guys a quick idea of the story, I probably tell soon. It's my turn again. I ran into. I should have waited. I should have went up a little more. But I dealt with Ti and Little Baby tonight in different ways, right? So I'm gonna tell you the story. But like I said, I didn't do my first one until 3 o'clock. Tiny, which is Ti the rapper, his wife. She had a party tonight. It's always Ti. It's always Tiny out here with me. I'm a Ti, and Ti matter of fact, I just left Magic City and Ti was there also. So I'm not trying to give his locations out or nothing like that, but I'm just saying that it's kind of strange that I'm a Ti and somehow the city keeps on linking me up with Ti. And the girls I just dropped off as little babies. Anyway, what I'm saying is, as a Ti, what's going on? Welcome in. You run into a lot of famous people, and I want to tell you guys what Ti did. He pulled. I'm gonna tell you what happened on the highway when 27 was on the clock. But I will say this: it's not always bad. It's kind of strange and scary when you're dealing with people with these millions. Look at this Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is Atlanta, boy. When you're dealing with these people with these millions and they're participating in this gang stalking, it feels strange. That's probably my person right there. But it just feels real strange and eerie when you're dealing with people with fame and fortune and you're being gang stalked and they know who you are and they're playing these some of the gang stalking games. Nothing bad, but they just do little things to let you know that they know that you the Ti. What's going on, bro? All right, guys. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put it down real quick, and I'm gonna restart in a minute. I got a 9-minute trip. After this 9-minute trip, I'll restart. I'll start. So I'm just gonna put it down for a minute. Y'all just hold on. What's going on, man? All right, Marvin. Okay, make sure I had the right person. All right, man. Got a 9-minute trip.
Please use your seatbelt for your safety.
Let me put it in here for backup. 12:66. That's not bad. 12:66. Okay. Messed it up. Shit. I don't need it. Okay. I always like to put it in my backup because this one right here, the Uber joint it's not accurate as it should be, like around in the city. Well, you say once you make this left right here, it's gonna pretty much just be I turn this music on, I'm live. But once I make this left right here, it's pretty much a straight shot, huh? Okay. You must be getting off work, man. Dang, everything going on tonight, man. So you did the Beyonce joint tonight. I know, man. Everybody been talking about it. I've been picking people off from. I just picked people off. I just took Ti's DJ from Tiny's party, right? Then they all sped down to Magic City. Then I just picked up a couple strippers that was in a Sprinter van that another stripper just peed all over. So I had to pick them up because they partying with Little Baby. You know what I'm saying? He called while they was in the back, until I dropped them off in Magic City. You picking up from Beyonce joint. Atlanta is crazy, man.
She has 88 trucks.
88 trucks. How long you been working?
It started at, supposed to start at 10:30. She ain't probably stay at 10:11.
Oh, she ran a little late.
They actually still working now. I just left because I set up some stuff for her at a hotel. I got a parent now that I'm working now.
Oh, you got to break the hotel. She's leaving town now.
Yeah.
Cause she did. Cause she was here since Friday, I think. Right? Something like that.
First show I was in Thursday, Friday.
Okay. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I think it was Friday. Cause I was working at. I was picking a lot of people up.
What's today?
Today is
What's
Monday. Well, now it's Tuesday. Why we didn't get the light?
So it's Thursday.
Okay.
They had an off day Saturday. She didn't perform Saturday.
So she got here on.
She performed Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay. Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So she took off Saturday. I think this light broke, man. I'm about to run through it. You gonna be all right with that? I'll make sure ain't nothing coming, because this is the second time they already went. We ain't go yet. You know what I mean? Something wrong. I'll make sure ain't nothing coming. I'll go through as long as you cool with it. All right, yeah. We'll be sitting here all night, you know. I know you're ready to go home.
I ain't drive. Scared of parking.
Oh, the parking probably was a beast. She got the stage at 11. What time?
Probably a little bit after.
Oh, yeah. What time she start?
I didn't get there till 10. I think she started at like 8.
Okay. Now she off. Now she going on to the next city.
Yeah, Vegas.
Vegas.
I think this is the last time.
Okay. Yeah, she been running now for a while now on that tour. She ain't been overseas yet, I don't think.
Yeah, she was out in Paris and all that.
So she did overseas first.
I think she started over
Ain't nothing like the Atlanta show though. You know what I mean? I know that's crazy. Had 4 shows.
there. I saw that Jay came out tonight and he came out last night.
My man K. I was just wondering if he was in town. Man, I grew up on Jay. That was my guy growing up. Jay-Z was my number one. Yeah, so I know you enjoyed that then.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't get to see it? Oh, you said you got there at 10.
I didn't have a show called.
Yeah. So you had to pack the truck? Okay. Yeah, man. It's that kind of city. Got people got to work, put this stuff together. You got to ride them around. You know, then you got the stars. Just put the show on to generate all this money. You know.
Keep right to stay on North Side Drive Southwest, then turn right on Peter Street Southwest.
This past weekend was crazy. Between Beyonce and the next night.
Not this late, the next one. Especially at the All-Star game in town. And it's a lot of parties tonight. At the district, the guy from the Braves, I forgot his name, he had a big party down the district. Had Bad Bunny out, all the Hispanic, Dominicans and all that. They was out there. It's crazy this weekend. Yeah.
There's boots on the ground festival too in LA.
Yep. I heard about that. Yep, I heard about that. There's a lot going on in this city, man, in the summer. That's the craziest it's been, I think, though, since after COVID. It's been building up over the years. This the biggest one, I think, in a while. Let me see. I don't know why they got that blocked. Half and half. DC. You,
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, I lived here.
What part?
Small town, Marion County.
Look at this shit here. I mean, what this mean? They got that cone all the way over here. Does this mean we can't go? What's going on? They be tripping with these cones, man. I wonder who put that one cone right there. Am I supposed to go down the street? Shit. I guess we good. Okay, yeah. How you like Atlanta?
I like it though. It wasn't. I didn't intend on living there. I moved there in 2014, audio university,
Okay.
and I was living in New York after. And I started looking at cost of living.
Oh,
I was like,
you came out here last year.
no, 2014.
Oh, you said, I think you said 24. Okay. You said the cost of living in New York was crazy even back then, huh? So imagine now,
I got my girl. My girl live in Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, she trying to get out of there.
She in Brooklyn even that you been with her since way back then?
No, no, no.
Oh, I was.
We started dating in 2023. Went to high school.
You got a thing for New York.
Yeah. My family called me fake New York.
They from New York.
Nah,
Oh, okay.
my grandma got sisters. But I've been looking at Maryland lately. It's like a lot of nice black neighborhoods in Maryland.
Yeah. Like what you got in mind? What part?
I'm not really familiar.
Look into PG County if you like that kind of thing. PG County. You try to check out Baltimore County.
I want to visit first.
Yeah, but PG County is the DMV,
Yeah.
DC, Maryland, Virginia. PG County is the county in Maryland that's bordering DC, and then you got Northern Virginia. So it's like the whole area. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's cool. It's probably more affordable than New York, but it's not cheap. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not cheap. It's still a major metropolitan area,
In
just like
half
this.
mile, keep right
New
onto
York
Avon Avenue Southwest
paying
using the right lane.
paying 1,700, 2,000
A closet.
for. Yeah.
Anybody even think about New York moving into New York no more unless you got that money, man. Everybody's running from New York.
Like my girl live in Bed-Stuy.
Okay, that's probably still high.
Yeah. I think 17, 1,800.
Yeah,
And it's
they got a mayor that's trying to come in and hold all the rent prices, put a hold on the rent cap, so the prices gonna keep going up. Trying to make New York more affordable. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy right now. All right, so we coming up on Avon and Southeast. All right.
turning the light.
At the light, right? Okay.
Keep right onto Avon Avenue Southwest.
It's live out here, 441. See,
Cleaning up over there too.
they cleaning this up too. They
In
cleaning
100
up
feet, turn left
everything,
on
man.
Oakland Drive Southwest.
I'm on the west side of 19,
Okay.
like right after COVID. I started seeing like white people jogging at 6, 7 in the morning.
Once you start seeing that, that's when you know they changing up the neighborhood. They still got this air blowing like that.
That Beltline and all that, and close to the new stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This city is gonna look real different in 10 years. It's
Turn
not.
left on
It's
Oakland
probably not
Drive
even gonna be
Southwest.
recognizable.
I think over here would have been a lot more further along if it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah, that changed a lot. That changed. Like you said, you came up here in 19, so you was here
Yeah,
during COVID and
yeah.
and the whole.
I was on Marietta Street. When I moved in 2014, I was on West Marietta Street.
Okay. I was here, matter of fact, back in 14. I was in Six Flags though. 2014.
Turn right on Oakland Terrace Southwest, then drop off Marvin.
All right, this one right here, right?
On your left.
Come on the left side. We looking for the 12cc
Drop off Marvin.
after this joint.
Drop off Marvin.
After this truck.
After this, oh, this one.
Yeah, this
Okay,
truck.
right here. All right, man.
All
Take it
right.
easy, bro.
Appreciate it.
It's some rest, man.
How you open?
Pull straight back right there. Yep.
All right.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.
For the night, I'm gonna ride back. I'm gonna talk to you guys. Sorry about that. I had to food Now, well, I had a customer here, but I want to, talk to you guys a little bit on my way home. There's a lot going on tonight. I'm in Atlanta. Got Beyonce in town. You got the Major League Baseball All Star week going on. They had the home run derby tonight, and that was crazy. Here having these parties. I mean, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and the parties is just like still going. The rappers Ti and them. They just left Tiny his wife's birthday party, took them down to the strip club. I mean, this has been a weekend out here, and it's not even a weekend anymore at this point. We're Monday. But anyway, let me read some of these comments. Let me get who's in the room. Welcome in, High Tech. Clark Kent. We broke God's laws, but Jesus paid the fine. Turn to burn. Hold on, guys. Let me put my GPS in. Take me back home. I'm gonna call it a night. I got something special for you guys. Anybody who's in here, if you guys are anybody other than bots who really follows my channel, I got something special coming up for you guys this week. Something different, something that you're not used to seeing from me, or at least for a while. And I think it's gonna really open eyes up, and it's really gonna really show some gang stalking truths when you see what I got coming, what I got in store for you guys this week, either tomorrow, Wednesday, but it's gonna be this week is gonna be definitely something special or something different than what you've seen from me for the past few years. As long as everything turns out the way it's supposed to. You know. Okay, says glad to see you. What's going on, hot strangers? What you doing up at 4:40, 4:45, almost 5 in the morning? Welcome. I also dealt with the stalking and harassment. Looking forward to your videos. Oh yeah, there's a lot of videos here. High tech. I have a lot of videos on this YouTube that goes back 3, almost 4 years now. A lot of stuff you can see. And I'm continuing. As you can see, everything is still fresh. Tonight, I had some interesting gang stalking stuff going on. Even though it wasn't, I wouldn't necessarily call it harassment, but anytime people know stuff about you and stuff is going on, it's still a form of harassment, and they mentioning it, but it wasn't really in a malicious way. Like I keep on having encounters with, rappers and stuff in the city, but in particular Ti, and I think that might be part of the program trying to be funny, because his name is Ti, and Beach over there, and I'm a Ti target individual, right? And then a lot of his music, it just seems like it just goes. If you listen to a lot of Ti's music, especially that Paper Trail CD, a lot of that, you know, will go good for a targeted individual. You could be a Ti and listen to Ti, in particular that Paper Trail album, and it could definitely motivate you pretty well. And even the album before that, where they had songs like Motivation and Live Your Life and stuff like those songs, man. It's a lot of stuff that a Ti could get out of that music, and I think it's very interesting. I keep on having all these interactions with Ti. Like tonight, like I said, I had I had a flat tire. If you guys are following my channel, I had a flat tire on Saturday night. I was working Friday or Saturday night, I think it was, and I was out trying to work, trying to do this. He's gang stalking, by the way, because we got 5:50 on the clock. That's the backwards 24. That's the reason why he happened to be crossing the street in my line of sight and look right at me, because he's gang stalking. No, most people would never notice that. But anyway, I'm not even gonna waste my time with that. But I'll read your comments in a second. I see you got some comments there, but I just wanted to finish. What I was saying is, so I had Ti DJ in the car, right? Now, ironically, he had a flat tire. Right? He said he was trying to go to the party where I just picked him up from tonight. It was Tiny's party. He had a flat tire. Ironically, I had a flat tire that I've been dealing with all day, trying to get a new tire, brand new tire. Everything that I was dealing with, he mentioned. This is Ti's DJ. And then as we're going down the highway, there's this really nice cyber truck that's kind of custom made. It's a custom put together cyber truck that I saw at the event that I picked up the DJ from. Right now, we ride down the highway and I see this cyber truck whizzing down the road, speeding up on me. Right, and I recognize this all the time. Whenever I'm on a highway and I see in the rearview mirror, I see cars speeding up on me. I look at the clock as a police. I look at the clock and 27 will be on the clock. And I always say 27 because that's the number that you guys seem to, well, this is the number that it makes it easier so I don't confuse people because I'm gang stalking by the numbers. And they always do things with me with let's just say 27. That's the main number they use. Whenever 27 is on the clock, they have to do something. Like if they're on the highway next to me, which they do all the time, they'll speed up and try to whiz past me. And they got to be in the lane right next to me so I can either hear their car whiz by or have that feeling of a car speeding by me. So when 27 was on the clock, right, this happened again tonight, but this time I had T.I.'s DJ in my car, and I'm picking up from T.I. and Tiny's party. So I see a Tesla Cybertruck come whizzing down behind me, and right next to me, whoosh, right, when 27 was on the clock. So I'm just thinking it's a regular perk, and the T.I. and the DJ tells me that that's T.I. driving that right there. So that's T.I. that whizzed by me with 27 on the clock, just like I always deal with the gang stalking, but this time it's a celebrity. But also, I had another rapper a year or two ago, Little Scrappy in a car, and he was kind of insinuating certain things about my target that he knew as well. Um, a few years ago, when I first moved up here, I was on the way here to Atlanta from Florida. I just came from South Florida, where Kodak Black is from, where I was living. Next, I run into Kodak Black at the gas station. He pulls up with 27 on the clock. He pulls up to the gas station. We're in the middle of nowhere in Florida, northern Florida. It's called St. Cloud, Florida. Stop at the gas station. I was on my way to Atlanta, and here comes Kodak Black pulling in with about 5 or 6, 7 SUVs and cars. You know what I mean? With 27 on the clock. So what I'm saying, and these are rappers. And then again, and this. Oh, also I keep having encounters with Little Baby. Little Baby. I had 2 strippers in the car that were hanging out with Lil Baby, and he called while they were in the back seat of my car tonight because they were trying to go over to his house. They were so excited. You guys never seen women so excited until they're dealing with celebrity men, But anyway, I'm just giving you guys an example of what it's like to be a Ti in a major city like this. I mean, I'm a Ti, and almost every other night now, I'm having encounters with Ti. Not encounters, but you understand what I'm saying. And to a point where my man just whizzed down the street next to me, and again, I'm a fan. I like Ti, and what they were doing, they didn't do anything malicious. You get what I'm saying? But it's just that it's so strange with these people knowing of me as a Ti. You get what I'm saying? And participating, but people don't understand that. Yes, the rich participate in this stuff. You get what I'm saying? This is their game. They got extra insight. They got police under their control because of all that money. Money controls it all. So yeah, y'all see what I just had to drive through? My hand might have been covered in shit. Hopefully y'all just seen that little obstacle course. It continues. Here it is. It still continues. Here's another strip club called Peaches. This is Atlanta, so you just got so many. You know what I mean? That's another popular strip club out here. But when I started this video, you guys saw how many people were down in Magic City. But this is what it's like, man. Doing Uber, being a Ti targeted individual in the major city like this, and when you are a real Ti, I think people know. You get what I'm saying? They know who we are out here, guys. If you guys knew how much attention I get as a Ti, I mean, just riding down the highway, but with us, it's not like they're happy and screaming and wanting to get autographs. With us, they just got certain tasks they got to do, and they're happy to do it, and they're kind of happy. It seems like to meet us. Even the strippers that were in the back of the car, they were doing all this directed conversation, with stuff dealing with me. They basically kind of like dealing with the stuff that the targeting program kind of puts on me or over exaggerates or whatever the case may be. Um, they were just kind of like doing a lot of, again, nothing malicious, nothing disrespectful, nothing hostile, nothing belligerent. But again, it just feels weird with all these people, in your business like this. And then when you start bringing in famous people with fame and wealth, it gets real strange. You get what I'm saying? Because they can make people do anything. Law enforcement, officials, and politicians. It starts getting real strange. But again, they're not treating me messed up. Like a week or two ago, when I had picked a guy up from the same Magic City strip club, he was leaving a TI. TI was in there having a party or some kind of event, and uh, the guy gave me a wad of money, like a big ass stack of money as a tip. That I guess he didn't throw it at the strippers. He gave me a big wad of money. It's like I'm saying, like the encounters with these people, these, especially in particular T.I. and Tiny, even Candy from Escape, Tiny's uh, uh, bandmate, so to speak, um, group member. They don't. It's not like it's a bad malicious stuff, but it is kind of almost like they nudging. Kind of like they know who I am. As a Ti man, y'all famous out here. I'm trying to tell you, if you're a real Ti, that's probably why some of them fake like to be us as Ti's because they know that we're known. And I think some of them who are on the other side of this program, who knows that you know the kind of notoriety that we have, or kind of like notorious to an extent. I think they know that, and they want a piece of that because these people know who we are. Um, yeah, they know who we are, especially when you start talking about like Masonic lodges and these, a lot of these artists and stuff are connected to this kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm not reading the comment again, guys. I'm driving, but once I get an opportunity to pull over, once I get up here to where I'm going, my GPS says I'll be there. Well, it's gonna be a little while. It says I'll be up in my area in about 10, well, almost about 10, 12 minutes. So I'm gonna just talk. If you guys want to listen, just listen, catch up on the comments. But I just was telling the story. Um, I've been out here Ubering and living and stuff. But I had a slow night. I tried to start around 1:30. I started later than usual. Didn't get my first trip until 3. But but it ended up okay. It was decent. Could have did a lot better. But what I want to tell you guys again is y'all tune in. Y'all keep an eye out for my next live, my next few lives because I got something special for you guys to see. Something unique that you don't really see on a lot of people's channels. So you'll see. I'll show. You'll get to see something different from me starting probably tomorrow or the latest Wednesday, but it'll carry on throughout the week. So y'all stay tuned for that. You know how I do it. Just raw dog lately, just popping the camera on, going live, showing you and talking about my experiences. But that was very interesting what happened tonight. A lot of fame and notoriety in this city, and with that, you know, these same people are going to be participating in these programs that we call gang stalking. With target individuals. Yeah, I just think it's really funny they keep using Ti. It's ironic and it's kind of funny that they keep using Ti and we call ourselves Ti's. You know what I mean? It's just irony. It's ironic, and I don't think that I don't think it's done by mistake. You know what I mean? I think they're doing it on purpose. But at the same time, I'm a Ti fan, um, so that could play part of it. Yeah. So sorry, I'm not reading the comments. Garfield, man, I'm gonna have to make you a. I believe a picture pops up on their phone, whatever we're around. Yeah, Garfield, I think so. I think so. But the thing about it is, like, all right, let me give you an example, right? Let me put my window up so you can hear me better. Give me a second. Yeah, so the thing about it, Garfield, what you said as far as the picture popping up, I do agree with that, right? The picture pops up when we come around, you know, I've noticed that, even the times they over exaggerate when they trying to act like they're doing that. But anyway, um, also though, I think that when you start talking about a different level of the game, the people that are orchestrating this stuff and funding it and or planning at a different level, because okay, let me give you an example, right? So as I'm riding down the highway like I am right now, I had Ti's DJ in my car. Okay, Now, first of all, when you think about celebrities and you hear all the rumors about, the sacrifice and all the, so whenever I have these kind of people in my car, I'm already feeling kind of, nervous, right? Certain kind of people who are connected to fame and fortune, as you guys know what happens sometimes, right? So it could be a thing where, okay, so you think that, well, okay, Ti is riding down the street. I just came from his party, right? His wife's birthday party. Everybody was looking good out there. Nice cars, beautiful women. The DJ even jumped in the car with some cologne, that the strongest cologne. It didn't stink, but some of the strongest cologne I ever smelled, and it smelled great. Expensive cologne, right? But he happens to hop in my car out of all the cars, right? And we happen to be riding down. We've left the event, right? We were probably about 5 minutes from the event or more. We're going down the highway, and the car that I picked up the DJ in front of, right, happened to be Ti's car. I didn't know that Cybertruck. It was Ti's car. Okay, guys, my Bluetooth just died as usual. I didn't expect to go live. Sorry. So if you guys can still hear me, hit 27. But let me finish what I'm saying though. So if you guys can still hear me, hit 27. But anyway, so I ended up picking up, the guy, Ti's DJ, right next to Ti's car. I didn't know it was his car. I didn't even know that was Ti's party or Ti's DJ until we got on the road. So we're riding down the highway just like this, and in my rearview mirror, I told you I saw a car speeding up like they always do. 27 was on the clock. Sped by me at a high rate, and it zoomed on down the highway. And I was like, wow, look at that Cybertruck. He's like, yeah, that's him, that's Ti right there. If you know Ti, he does drive like that. It's so funny to keep saying Ti, right? And I'm a Ti, but anyway, what I'm saying is either it was all planned out, which I'm pretty sure it was, because I've been feeling some kind of energy from like Candy and just people with prominence and high positions in this city. They make you're gonna feel their presence. If you guys have never really been around like real wealth and money and prestige and like they make a way. People don't accumulate all this power for nothing, power and wealth for nothing. And when you're in a program like this, we're on the radar, we're on the grid. So yes, that could have been a whole setup situation, which I think it was. You know what I mean? Or yeah, maybe Ti got a picture of me on his phone, and it would just happen to be a coincidence, and he did that whole brush past me at a high speed like that. Happened to be me with 27 on the clock, like all these other cars do that. Like this car right, he just did the same thing, right? Even though he wasn't in the lane directly. It's a red pickup truck. We got the backwards 24 on the clock, 24-hour surveillance, and that's the reason why he sped up at that high rate speed and whizzed past me in a red truck. That's the same thing Ti did, but except for he was right here next to me. You get what I'm saying? But that's what it's like to be a Ti. You're a real Ti, all right? And you're in a major city like this. You have strange experiences like that. My gang stalking is definitely hackers suck. Y'all saw that billboard that said hackers suck right as I rolled past with 24 on the clock. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting up close to my area. So when I get up here, I see we got a nice amount of people in here. We got 42 people in here right now. You guys hit that like button for me. If we can get this thing up to 20 likes, I'm gonna pull up. When I pull over up here, I'll just stop and I'll read these comments so we can chop it up and talk for a little while before I turn in for the night. I shouldn't have even been working this late tonight, but I'm learning that in this city I might as well, because it doesn't end. It goes late, and there's always stuff going on. But y'all hit that like button for me, guys. Now it's even more people in here. Now I just looked, it was 42. Now it's 54. Hit the like button for me. If we get this thing up to 20, I'll do an hour. You know what I mean? I'll do an hour live before I go ahead and go to bed tonight. I don't got to get up early in the morning. I should have took that turn right there. I don't got to get up early in the morning or nothing like that. So, like I said, I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull up to where I'm pulling up to, and we can talk for a little bit. If you guys can get those likes up for me, give me up to 20 likes at least. It'll let people know, because I got a few things we can talk about. But again, like I mentioned before, if you guys are my regulars, you're in here. I'm not reading the comments right now. Sorry. You see, I'm driving, but I'm gonna have something different for you guys to see, something special for you guys to see this week. It'll be either starting tomorrow or Wednesday, and it will play out throughout the entire week. So, like I said, tune in. You guys are gonna be seeing something different from me, and it'll be something that I think will be very more like a telltale of this gang stalking stuff. Something that undeniable. I don't even think I don't think anything's deniable that I got going on here now. I see you got something going on there, Garfield. I read it when I get an opportunity. I can't really look down at the moment. Damn, I could have took that turn right there. I should have took that exit. Anyway, all right, guys. Yeah, slumming down on my legs. I'm gonna take this next exit because the store that I wanted to stop by is over this way. I get that. See if y'all get those likes up to 20 for me. I know it can't be all bots in here. And I pull over, and and I'm gonna check the comments, and then we can talk for a little bit. Like I said, I'll give this an hour. I'll do an hour live here at 5 in the morning for y'all. But I need y'all to hit the like button for me at least, so we can get this. I want to get my message out. I want to get my story out. All right, so I'm gonna take this exit up here, pull over and talk to you guys for a little bit, since there's a good amount of people in here. But I gotta make sure that it's like legitimate people, not bots, because some of my regulars might be asleep. But I already saw a couple of y'all in here already. I just can't look at the screen and read right now, so y'all just bear with me for a second. In the meantime, let me see if there's anything interesting to speak to you guys about. What's been happening out here before we get into these comments. I pretty much told you guys about my events tonight, with the celebrity stuff going on. I'm in Atlanta, so you know how that go. So, I pretty much broke down the celebrity stuff that took place tonight. If you didn't hear it, you can jump back in. I'll probably reiterate a few things when I stop. Give me a second. Yeah. Once I get an opportunity to stop, I'll give me a second, guys. Okay. Just got to make sure I'm going the right way. At the same time, I don't want to. Okay, yeah, I'm going the right way. I just got to make this left right here. All right, I'm holding the camera down a little bit, guys, because we got real professionals and stuff here. And I don't like to dox my neighborhood like that and my regular routes and things of that nature. So that's why I got the phone down right now. I'll put it back up when I get somewhere where it's not so obvious. The neighborhood that I'm in is kind of popular. It's not hard to figure things out. And I don't like making the job on a perps easier than it needs to be. So I'm holding the phone down. Even if I put my phone at the screen, it'll give my coordinates. So yeah, you got to be careful as a TI. Yeah, I like to get online and talk to you guys, but there's risks that come with this stuff. We're opening ourselves up to a lot as TIs and showing our stories, and this is all. And with me, it's authentic. That's what you got to remember. I'm not an actor, so everything that you're seeing from me, real, is my real life. It's my real story. It's authentic. I'm not just jumping on during the day and doing me a day shift or getting on here putting it on post because I'm doing a job working for some agency. So I'm on here during the day talking to y'all and putting stuff up, and then at night I close my laptop or put my work phone down and go ahead and enjoy my nice family, my nice home, and my great life. And I'm just pretending to be a TI. Nah, not me. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'm gonna pull up to this gas station over here. And grab a few things that I need before I turn in for the night, and I'll pick up on the comments and all that there. 5 o'clock in the morning. There might not be too much gang stalking going on, but yes, bear with me for a second, guys. I'm getting ready to pull over. I'm about 2 minutes from where I'm getting ready to pull over at, and we can talk for a little bit. I'm gonna go until about 5:30 tonight or this morning because I got to get some rest. Depending on how much of an audience this thing holds, if the interest is there, and I got the energy, maybe I'll go a little longer than that. But I don't know about that tonight because I had court this morning, guys. I had court first thing in the morning, traffic court. I got a ticket months ago because the gang stalkers on the road, vehicular mobbing me, trying to box me in and do all this dumb shit. So I had to make some moves and got caught up, right? Like almost ran into a police officer. So he gave me a big ticket. Well, not a well, in kind, $155, and I got to go to a class. They could have gave me some leniency, you know. Usually when you go to court, I guess Georgia's different because usually when you go to court, they usually kind of knock off some of the fine amount and all that. They ain't do none of that. They knock the points off though. Like I won't get points. And it wasn't even that serious of a situation, you know. But again, this is Georgia, and police on the road and all that. They've been acting a lot funnier since I've been driving this car right here. When I was in a minivan, they never used to really bother me at all. And whenever they did, it was always a warning, no ticket. I think they just felt bad for me because I was in a minivan, but I like my van, so you know, whatever. All right, so I guess they already anticipated that I would be coming here because they got 2 red vehicles already parked here, waiting for me at the gas station. Red here, red here. All right, guys, let me pull over here real fast so we can we'll talk for a minute. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Let me just get a good spot that I want to park, and then I'm gonna run in here and get what I need. I'm gonna go to about 5:30, guys, because I am actually feeling a little tired. All right. Let me see what we got going on. Let me turn my car off for a minute. Man, I am tired. What a night. Okay, I'm gonna stroll down. Hopefully you guys are still in here. I know it's gonna be some bots, but I'm gonna read stuff that seems legitimate. If I miss your comment, I'm sorry. If you're gone and you put a comment up, I'm sorry. I would go longer. I'm gonna go to about 5:30. Y'all didn't get my likes up to 20, so I'm gonna go for about 15 minutes to talk to you guys if you guys want to have any kind of discussion with me. All right, so I'm gonna start right here. It says, I'm just gonna start right here. Sammy J says, go see your GPS. Well, bro. Okay. All right. Papa Drift. All right, these are must be the bot. Okay. The Apple says the cars and how they roll is funny. I move on them. The ops, I call them. When you say how they move, I hear them. I hear them also. Elaborate what you were speaking about the Apple, because I just jumped in on this. If you were talking to me, if not, I understand. Of course, another red car pulls up right here, as you guys can see. Whenever I get food, whenever I pull up to the gas station, it's always a red cars, red cars, red cars. All right, let's see what we got. It says, okay, he was talking to Sandy. All right, so the Apple says, oh, I can prove what I'm saying, and he and me. Okay. You guys are just having a conversation, so I'm not gonna read those. All right. Captain of the Starship says it's been pointed out that. Okay, Captain of a Starship says it's been pointed out that internally has 0 time. Oh, this explains why the hell is forever instead of measured. Okay. All right, Grace. Appreciate. Okay. Hey everyone, let's take a minute and appreciate this man on the other side of the screen. I've been watching his lives for a while now, and he is the most incredibly amazing man I have ever met in my life. Hey, Grace, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'll try to keep these lives coming, you know, as authentic as possible. Like I said, I had some interesting stuff that happened tonight. A couple celebrities. I had a direct gang stalking experience with my guy T.I. I'm a fan. You know, I like T.I. I like his music. I like the way he did his thing in the hip hop game. So a little bit of gang stalking. Nothing, like I said, nothing malicious, nothing that made me feel irritated or angry. You know, to me, it was kind of more of a wink and a nod, like we'll see you, Ti. I'm Ti, but Ti. So I'm not mad at that. Um, let's see. Do you think Candy? Uh, do you think Candy? Oh, Grand Prix is a fake Ti. If you're still in here, J Dub, hit 27. As I stroll down, I'll see that you were still in here, and I answered your question. Look at her coming out with that red car. Uh, she's got a lot of wide hips on her though, low waist and some nice hips with a low waist. Okay, but anyway, I don't know about Candy. I watched Candy for years, and with her, it just seems like the thing about Ti's that makes me kind of question their stories a little bit is when I look at if I watch them for years and I don't see any kind of progress. Like if it seems like they're just in the same spot, talking about the same things, doing the same things over and over and over again for years and years, then it makes me wonder about them. You know what I mean? It makes me wonder, are they just here acting? Is this a script? Are they part of an agency, or are they just grifting? So I don't know. But again, like I said, one thing about it is if I just see somebody for years and they're doing the same old thing over and over again, like with the Candy, I just see her just walking around and yelling at perps, walking around the streets yelling at perps, and receiving donations to get hotels every now and then. Now I haven't watched her in a little while now. It's been some months, but from what I was seeing, that's just the same thing over and over again. Now, again, that could just be sometimes you get caught in the loop when you're a targeted individual. Sometimes it's hard to get out of the loop that they try to put you in, right? And you got to really be here. Here's another red car for you guys, by the way. But you have to really be diligent. You have to make sacrifices. You got to suffer. You really got to go through a lot of shit in order to kind of make changes and kind of change the direction. Also, it takes a little bit of luck, but at the same time, yeah, you know. So I don't know. To be honest with you, I know I went all around the world with that answer, but I'm just not sure about. I don't want to say yes because I don't think anybody would put themselves through. Okay, I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna say I don't think anybody would put themselves through the things that I see she goes through, but it also could just be some of these people are homeless people with mental illnesses and things of that nature, and they feel like they're being gang stalked, but they're not. But when I look at her content, I see stuff that resembles what I go through. You see what I'm saying? I look at her content and I look at her struggle. It looks like somebody that's being targeted from what it looks like. But then the story, like I said, certain things like just like, being in the same position without much change or any kind of progress, not getting worse, not getting better. You just stabilizing in one, I don't know. It makes me wonder. So with Candy, I'm probably about 70%. I do believe that she is targeted, and then maybe 30% something could be off. And I'm not even going to tell you as far as my personal experience and what I observed. I'm not going to put that on blast. But yeah, even with all of these TIs, when I see certain things, if I interact with them, and I see certain things that resemble my targeting, which some of them I can tell they're just blatantly doing it. Some of them I just assume could just be mentally ill. They might be really targeted out here for real or going through struggles, but they may be mentally ill. And if they see my situation, their mental illness, that voice in their head or whatever, may cause them to try to mimic my targeting. Try to act as if they're part of the program when they might not be, just to seem more important. So it's a lot of weird stuff. I took a long time on that one. Sorry, guys. Welcome, Jacob. Hey, if you're still here. F celebrate activities. I know that's right. I don't think we need to be anyway. I know that's right. Okay, the Apple says Cali, Colombia is where you're at, JJ. Never disclose your location, even though mine is blasted out there in Canada. Okay, he was talking to JJ. All right, Sammy J. All right, says at F. All right, the Apple says Ti is an understatement. Which Ti are you talking about? Target individuals or the rapper that I was talking about tonight that I encountered? My man, I can't believe he gang stalked me. So like I said, just like I mean, it's funny because even on the way out there to that area where I was starting my night, I had some encounters on the highway with gang stalkers trying to speed up next to me, play all those little games. But anyway, anyway, I'm not even gonna tell y'all why she's over here pumping this air in them shorts at 5 in the morning, and what they do with that air pump every time I come here. But I'm not even gonna get into it right now. Maybe another time. Let's see what we got in the comments. All right, so Big Lou says should have got a Model X, way nicer. Not. I don't think so. Not in my opinion. I'm not really a Tesla kind of guy. Big Lou. I think in my opinion, it's just my personal opinion. The Teslas seem more suited for women. You know what I mean? Now the Model Y, it's a little bigger. I seen some pretty cool ones, but this in general. The ride doesn't feel as smooth to me in the Tesla. It feels more like it needs more shocks. You know what I mean? It needs a little more of a hydraulic system or shocks or whatever. So the ride will feel a little smoother. Um, I don't really like the size. I'm just not really a Tesla guy, and I always liked Mustangs, and I knew I wanted to go electric. So this was the perfect thing. But yeah, I'm not really into the Tesla. But not saying I wouldn't drive a Tesla. Don't be surprised if my next vehicle is a Tesla, just to try it out. But yeah, I don't think it's way nicer, but I think it does have better technology because that is a technology company. Like I'm riding a Ford Mustang. This is a car company that's doing electric, whereas this is a car company, right? That's doing technology, all right. Whereas a Tesla is a technology company that's doing a car. So the tech is a little better, I think. Okay, so who wants smoke? 2 a.m. gas station is never a good idea. I know that's right. But really, though, it depends on where you are. So you say 2 a.m., you must be on the West Coast. I'm over here on the East Coast. She's a cutie over there putting that gas in that car. Too bad she's a perp. All these beautiful women in Atlanta that I just can't. It's crazy. It's like being a kid in a candy store with no taste buds. All right. I mean, she's looking good over there, man. Beautiful woman. Bunch of them here in Atlanta, but all gang stalking. She just got in the car. It's 24 on the clock. She just jumped in the car. She's going to pull out. She sat over there pumping gas, making all that noise all that time because she's there to harass me. Look at your clock. She got 24 on the clock. That's why she's pulling out. It doesn't matter where you are. The 24 is the 24. The hour didn't, and you got 25 there. You also get 27 out of that. She's gang stalking. All that time she sat over there. She had some shorts on. She looked like she just jumped out of the bed. She had like an overcoat, some little shorts, and she came over here just to do that at the air pump at 5:30 in the morning. And every time I'm over here, they do that. They always come to that air pump. I mean, nonstop. There's a nonstop line at that air pump. I go to gas stations all around. It's never like that. But only when I come here, they have a nonstop line of people that'll go over to that air pump and just pump. Anyway, and that was so strange. Like I said, she's a beautiful woman. She looks good. She's another woman. Woman just jumped out of there to do this. But the other one, the whole time she's over there, I'm barely even paying her attention. She's got the air blowing. They do it every time I come here. She had to get something out of that, guys. She's not doing that just because she wants to irritate me. She's obligated, or she just wants something. She's getting a prize for it. But yeah, oh yeah, so you said who wants smoke 2 a.m. at the gas station is never a good idea. Yeah, this gas station right here is cool. Not much going on. If anything, I would probably be the biggest threat at this gas station right now. Knowing that anything can happen anywhere, but if you know Georgia, if you know the Atlanta, Georgia area, and if you know Cobb County, the criminals don't really mess around with Cobb County too much. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just sit here at the gas station like this at anywhere. But my neighborhood, and this particular, the fact that it's my neighborhood for one, and then the fact that this is a very low crime kind of a area. And as a TI, I wouldn't recommend that you spend much time in high crime areas. That's not good for TIs to be in. You want to spend your time in an area where you have law enforcement that's calmed down, and you have a population that's calmed down. You don't want to be around a bunch of crime and criminals, and because you're going to be filled with CIs, confidential informants, perps, snitches, rats, everybody trying to get a come up off of you. It's just not a good feeling. 27's on the clock, so you're gonna see her leave the air pump 5:27 in the morning, and she touched her nose for you guys, and the pump is still going. 27's on your clock. That's why she pulled off. I told you. If while I'm sitting here, anybody that comes to that pump is gonna be here to gang stalk. Ain't this sick? Like, I'm just sitting here after working all day long. I've been ripping and running, handling business. I'm here tired, doing a live, talking to my peoples here. And you got degenerate women over there in the corner of a gas station using an air pump they don't need, trying to psychologically torture me, like by, moving at certain times and doing these things that are part of my program. You know what I mean? Like, this is what our country has come to. This is really sad. Those two women should have been at home, snuggled up in a bed with a husband. Those two women should have been at home, snuggled up in a bed with their husband. Up in the morning, maybe on in their children's clothes, cooking breakfast early, maybe up doing some exercise, praying, meditating. But instead, they're at the gas station, at the air pump, pretending to need air in their car, time synchronizing, pulling off and arriving and doing shit, time synchronized to irritate a dude over at a gas pump that they don't know from a can of paint. You know what I mean? Showing off some nice legs and some short shorts. You don't want to come over here and flirt with me or nothing like that. You don't want to come over here like directly flirt. They always want you to look at them. I left the gym tonight. The chick, I could tell she was trying to. Okay, while I got you guys here, so many people. There's something else I want to touch on too. I want to touch on this real quick before I get into the comments again. I'm gonna jump back in real quick. Well, before I get into that topic, you guys got my likes up to 20, so I'm going to stick around with you guys until 6 a.m. How about that? All right. Matter of fact, I'll stick around with you guys till 6 a.m. Let me run into the store. Let's go into the store. I'm going to grab what I need out of here real quick. And then I'm gonna talk to you guys until 6, since you guys got my likes up to 20. And we almost got 100 people in here, so let's just I got another topic I've been wanting to bring up, and I wonder if any other TIs have experienced this also. I'll just bring it up now as I go into the store, then I'll let you guys jump into the comments and talk about it if you have experienced it, and I'll catch it as I read the comments when I come back out. One thing I've noticed is this, right? Even when I wasn't at my best, all these women, they were sending more women around then, actually, but not saying I'm at my best now, but I'm doing better than I was a year ago. Let's put it like that. All right, a little bit better. But they send a lot of women around, and it could be partly because I'm in the South and women they're not gonna like approach you, or they're not gonna come on to you. They might flirt or kind of make a show a little bit, but they're not gonna make a move for the most part down here in the South. These Southern women are not like that, right? But so they send these women around a lot. And I don't really holler. I don't really like pull the trigger, right? I haven't, not all the time, right? Like, I'll have conversations and they probably wonder, we'll even exchange numbers. And a lot of times, especially if they're like meeting at work, stuff like that, I don't even call. Like most women that I'm meeting and I'm getting their numbers, I don't call. And a lot of women, I don't even get to that point. Like, we'll be cool, we'll have conversations, we'll talk, but I won't take it to that next level. I got this one woman that I know, right? She comes to my job. She's a business owner, okay? She owns 3 restaurants, okay? And she's maybe slightly older than me, I believe, right? I'm 40, so not much older than me, all right? Maybe pushing 50, I don't know. But she owns 3 restaurants. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking for my wallet. I'm trying to go into the store, but I'm trying to find my wallet. I'm digging through this mess right here. But So she comes into the job a lot. And I've been dealing with her at the job now for at least a year minimum. It has to be probably maybe longer than that. So we exchanged numbers, at some point. She had a grand opening at her newest restaurant recently. So I never really came on to her. And she even insinuated one time as if I was gay. All right. And that's another thing I noticed they do. But real, because as TIs, right, all these women, they are interested in some of us, but they also are participating in the program. Here's another guy here blowing air at 5:30 in the morning. He's here to perp, trust me. But what I'm saying is a lot of these women, um, I see them perping, but as time is progressing, it's almost like I see animals do it too, though. Like, so I don't know. Animals are doing it. I know they're not perfectly targeting me. It's something not being in their control. I'm about to show you guys this robot in here. That's why people are gonna be losing jobs. What you see this robot in here cleaning this floor. But anyway, in this truck right here that I just told you about, it had 27 on the you know how these pickup trucks have that 27 on the side of it. I will walk over there and show it to you, but I think you know what I mean. I still might walk over there because he's coming inside. That's the second dude I seen in a tie-dye shirt. Those are the kind of things you can notice. Second dude I seen in a tie-dye shirt today. But anyway, so these women seem that they kind of like get an attitude with us, or me. I notice if I don't like make an attempt to come on to them, right? But as a TI, it's like, you look at the robot taking jobs. They won't be needed for that. Oh, he didn't even come in here and buy enough. He just wanted to come in and get close to the TI. It looked like he came from the country somewhere. He didn't even buy enough. He just wanted to come in here and be close to me. That's the dude that was over there fake pumping air. But they seem to get like a certain attitude after a while if you don't, come on to them. But they don't know all the shit that we go through. Like, we don't even, we get honey pots. And they are being used by the program a lot of times, so we don't say anything. Like, a lot of times I haven't closed the deal on some of these particular women because it's like I'm being targeted like that. I don't want to bring you in this, first of all. Second of all, I can't take anybody serious because I can't trust anybody around me to not be participating in the program. Even if I don't want to be psychologically tortured, by the woman that I'm laying in the bed with. I've dealt with that already. I dealt with that already, when I was married, when our targeting started. So a lot of times I might not say anything, as far as, coming on to them, things of that nature. And it's not about them. Like, I'm not attracted or I don't want to do woo-woo. It's literally the fact that It's literally a fact that I don't want to. I just don't want to be targeted by somebody that's supposed to be that close to me. All right, guys. Once I get out of here, this robot's in my way. Once I get out of here, I'm gonna catch up on the comments. We're gonna go into about 6. We'll go into about 6, guys. So I'm gonna catch up on the comments when I get back out to the car. I just need to grab a couple things out of here. All right. Give me a second, guys. I gotta put my phone down because I gotta use both hands on something. Give me a minute. All right, guys, how many got in here? We still got 90 people. All right, like I said, let's just let me just finish up by this stuff. Go back to the car. Last time I bought some grapes in here, the pack was open. I'll just stick with this stuff here. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Good. I'm gonna put these back. All right. All right.
65 ounce, would you like back?
Sure. Give me a second, guys. 9. I'll put these back. I got it. All right, that's locked. All right. One thing I will say is, whenever I used to come to a gas station, maybe I'm a little earlier than usual, but out in this particular area, come to this gas station, you will see a lot of Hispanics out here. You'll see a lot of Hispanics out here, going to work in the morning, construction sites, a lot of construction workers and whatnot. But since the whole immigration stuff has been going on, and ICE and Trump, you don't really see that as much anymore. Like this, like right there, you just saw a group, whole lot of people, Central Americans coming in that van right there, and I think I've seen them before. But you don't see groups. This whole gas station would have been filled up. Maybe I'm a little earlier than, but usually this gas station is filled up. You know what I mean? It's filled up. All right, guys. I'm getting ready to sit down and read these comments. All right, just work with me. Give me a second. Let me just get everything adjusted, and we'll sit down, read the comments. We'll go into. I told you, man, look at this, beautiful women everywhere. Ever since I mentioned that, well, they were already doing this. Look at that. She up early in the morning, going to work, maybe. Beautiful women everywhere, and that's what I was just mentioning, guys. That's what I was just saying, that these women, they think that, and I also think the program plays on that, and they kind of give these women like some kind of insinuation that we're not interested in women, or we're gay, whatever the case may be, when it's a result of being in a program where you can't trust anybody. You feel like you're only getting honeypots and people that's not worth dealing with, and it's not, or the hassle, or you don't want to get somebody involved, and they seem like they get a certain resentment, like they feel a certain way, kind of like, you think you too good to holler at me, or why you don't like women, or what's your problem type. You get that vibe, but little do they know, it's because you're being tortured. You know what I'm saying? You're being abused in this program, and it makes it very hard to think about dating somebody. You know what I mean? Those of you who experience this thing, you know what I mean. Trust me. I know you know what I mean. All right, guys. All right. Almost finished. And we're gonna take this. We're gonna take a ride. Let me just get everything away I need. Give me a second, guys. All right, yeah, guys. So like I was just speaking about with the women who seem like they have a lot of interest, and they just probably can't put their finger on, if they don't understand the program. If they can't put their finger on why, you as a woman won't give the man any play, or you a man, you won't do what men do, and approach, and come on to this woman, or make a pass at her, or whatever. Where it's something you would do instinctively as a man, but when you're in this GangStalking program, it neutralizes certain things, and that's part of that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that first instinct. You do have the instinct, but then you have something that stops you because you're thinking about the program, and that's just gonna take more understanding of the program and what their purpose really is, to decide whether or not dating is something you can do. All right, guys. So I'm gonna put the phone down. I'm gonna have the phone down this way because I'm getting ready to pull. I'm getting ready to pull somewhere that I don't necessarily want to be on my live. especially with this amount of people. So I'm just gonna have the phone down for a minute and talk to you guys like this until I get over here. You guys are doing really good in the likes. If you guys want the like button for me, that'd be great. Got 90 people at the moment. The peak I saw was 101. So if you guys hit that like button for me, but I'm pulling up where I want to pull up, and I'm gonna sit in the car and talk to you guys up until about 6. I'm gonna read the comments and all that. But let me just keep the camera down for a minute because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to divulge too much right now. But if any of you guys heard that conversation, any women or any guys, have you had a similar experience where you kind of notice people from, somebody might have interest in you, they seem like they kind of got a certain level of resentment because you haven't given them any action, you haven't showed certain interest. Because it's this woman that I'm thinking about in particular. Like I said, she's single, business owner. She has one child. He's almost grown. He's in high school. She's always talking about sending him to military school, by the way. I guess he's acting up. But like I said, she's successful. 3 businesses. Just opened up another one. And to be honest with you, not to be crass or anything like that, but she has like a body, like a strip, like Atlanta stripper body. Like, I ain't gonna front. She had a big booty, okay? Like bigger than usual. All right? Like wow type deal. One of the down south joints, all right? Oh, this perp wanted to act like he was running at my car. I had my phone down, but I'm pulling over here to. They got another perp out here. They got him out here this morning. I can't show you, but they got these perps out here. One is jogging like he was running towards my car. Yeah, they've been doing that. Not to jump from topic to topic. Here's a perp right in front of me with red shorts on, but I'm not going to show because I don't want to divulge my location like that. But red shorts on when I pull in right here. Then at another one when I pull in, he was jogging. He wanted to jog into the car. Now, when they do stuff like that, part of what they've been doing is kind of like talking about. Well, I'm not going to get into it. When I did go to the gym tonight at around 11, maybe no 12 o'clock, I pulled into the gym at 12 o'clock. It's a 24-hour gym. A bunch of cars start pulling in, way more than usual. They all start pulling in. There's mob in the joint. That was a mob. That's what we call GangStalking mobbing. So they pulled in. Give me a second, guys. This perp is right in front of me right now as we speak. I'm not even gonna show him. He probably wants to be on camera. Probably gets a bonus for being on camera. I'm not even gonna show him. Probably trying to bait me into divulging my location. Just give me a second, guys. I want to park perfectly. That's good enough. So I show up to the gym. Give me a second. I think I could back up a little more. Back up a little more. Give me a second, guys. So anyway, I feel like I'm crooked. I feel like I'm parked crooked, but it's okay. No, it's not okay. Let me fix it. It's just hard. I'm doing it while I'm holding my phone in a certain way. So I'm trying to park here, and it's I can't get it like I want it. I think I got it. So I show up at the gym. I show up at the gym at about 11 or 12, and I sit in a car for an hour handling some other stuff, and I figured the gym would thin down a little bit. The perps would start to leave as it got later. Would you believe that more perps than ever pulled up? So many perps drove up and went in at 1 o'clock in the morning. 12 o'clock in the morning. So I get inside the gym, and I ask the guy, I'm like, wow, I said, it's busy night tonight, huh? All right. He's like, yeah, it's never like this before. This is strange. I don't know what's going on. That's what he says. Mind you, he's a perp anyway. Well, he's been used by the program. I'm gonna stop calling people perps because it seems like some of these people seem to be being used and don't understand what's going on. I don't know. I hope that's what it is, but you know, he was like, I don't know what's going on. This is strange. And I didn't even tell him. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got a targeted individual pulling up, and this place is getting a lot of business right now because I'm standing, because I'm here, because I sat in the parking lot for an hour in my car, taking care of some other stuff. They had plenty of time to pull a bunch of perps, you know, drive a bunch of perps in, and that's what they did. That's what they did. So anyway, yeah, they got a lot of. I see a lot. I got a perp walking in front of me right now. We got 247 on the clock. Upside down 5 is 247, because I'm under 24/7 surveillance. So I got another perp walking. It was 3 white males at this time in the morning. All right, let me get into these comments, guys. Sorry about the delay. If I missed your comment, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back as far as I can. I see I have a lot of comments here that I have. Oh, a whole lot of comments. So I'm gonna miss some stuff, guys. I'm gonna miss some stuff. I'm sorry. I can't read all these comments. I'm really glad you guys are here. We got 109 people in here right now. You know, I'm glad it seems like YouTube is putting my hit that like button for me. They're putting me where people can find me now, and that's a good thing. They're putting me where people can find me now, and that's really good. Here's this perp again, all in my face. Real weird. They've been sending. Okay, before I read the comments, let me give you an example of how they do things, right? How they just, from time to time, they'll give you different looks, right? So right now, I've noticed what they're doing. I should show this guy. But right now, what they're doing is they're giving me a lot of white male joggers, right? I'm trying to think if I've noticed any black males or Hispanics or Asians, but I haven't. I'm noticing they just keep sending around white male joggers. It started last week, matter of fact, a live that I did when I was out by the water. That day, that's the first day I noticed the jogger theme they were doing, right? He kept jogging in front of me whenever one of the times on the clock. Right now, I just pulled up to where I am now, and we had a jogger right there on the street act like he wanted to jog into my car, right? Off the sidewalk into the street into my car. And then I pulled in here. We had this jogger right here who's to the right of me. He's out here walking around jogging, I guess. And then another guy walked. So that's been a theme, right? And then now these are white guys, white male joggers. That's been one thing. And then another thing that they've been doing, I didn't see any today, but for the past few days, they've been having black women, black females with a Mercedes-Benz in particular. Black females with a Mercedes-Benz showing up everywhere that I go. Like I went to charge my vehicle up. Black woman in a white Mercedes-Benz, fully electric, pulls up. Nobody was there to charge up. Black woman in an electric Mercedes-Benz pulls up. You know, right after her, another black woman, real curvy. Both of them were curvy and attractive-looking women. Then another one pulls up in a Mercedes. Both of them wearing blue. Both wearing blue. She pulls up right next to me in her Mercedes, charges up her Mercedes. Later on that night, I'm at the gas station, as you saw, like I just did, walking back to my car. Right when I turn to sit down, I turn around. A black woman jumping out of a Mercedes-Benz right there for me to look at. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a few other scenarios where it has happened over the past week or so. But that's been the theme: white male joggers and black females by themselves, by the way, in a Mercedes-Benz. Been getting a lot of that. Okay, let me get some more of these comments going on. I'm gonna go down as far as I can. Okay, you guys are talking to yourself. It says bro is the main character. Maybe you were talking about me, not sure. Madman. All right, Jimbo, hookah smoking caterpillar, Jimbo 100. Requested truth. Okay, this is you guys talking to each other. Okay, Crafty Clark, you said be careful. If you're still in here, Crafty, were you talking to me? And if so, what were you saying I should be careful about? Please let me know if you were talking to me, and what is the warning about? I need to know. Okay, it says Shy says do what you do, G. Not sure if you were talking to me, but if you were, Shy, I'm questioning what were you referring to, because I'm behind on the comments, so whatever it was, I've already talked about it, probably forgot. Okay, Apple, you're in Chile, huh? Okay, interesting. I don't hear much about Chile. All right, Jimbo Jones says some people just look for confrontation, hookah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hookah smoking caterpillar says no one cares about your location. You ain't that important. You must not have, you must be new to my channel. So I'll ignore that. Let's see. Jim Jones says request, are you being sarcastic? Not sure if that question was for me or not, Jimbo. If so, let me know. As I stroll down the comments, I'm catching up. All right, we got 100 people in here. Great. Okay, let's see. Tommy John, aka Tommy Boy, says that's all we do. That's all we do is give you seconds. Yeah, I know, man. But you gotta understand, my lives are raw, right? I'm holding my camera, and I'm trying to give you the gang stalking experience, you know, as I live it. I could just go experience everything and then just go sit in front of the screen and then talk to you guys about it for an hour. I don't think that would be appealing. So, and if you're gonna get this kind of raw footage and this kind of a raw experience that you can catch on my lives, I'm gonna have to put the phone down and say, hey, give me a minute or give me a second, because I can't hold the phone and do everything that I need to do. Now, that's gonna change once I get the meta glasses with the camera and record and all that. Once I get that going, it'll be different. But right now, while I'm holding the phone, sometimes I got to put it down. And again, that's just one of the price you got to pay, or the sacrifice you got to make if you want raw gang stalking, live, raw experience, raw activity, as opposed to, again, somebody just sitting in a nice, cozy, comfortable room, expounding and waxing poetically about the program. Nah, I'm out here in the streets in the front line, man, battling, fighting for survival. I'm a real TI. So, yeah, sometimes I might have to say, give me a second. Sorry about that. All right, Elemental PH says, even your phone has no battery. I don't know if you were talking to me, but my phone has almost 100%. So you might have been talking to somebody else. I tell you one thing, my car is low on battery. I'm only down to 18%. I'll take care of that tomorrow. But like I mentioned, guys, I got something special coming up for you guys this week. You're gonna be seeing something different from me, and the difference that you're gonna see also, I believe, will really shine light on this program more. It will really show the legitimacy of it. But like I said, stay tuned. Coming on Tuesday or Wednesday, you're gonna see something. You're gonna start seeing something different here. Different experience. Similar but different. Okay, Hookah thinks he's the main character. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Jack, the Beanstalk says gas station glizzies. Well, she got the munchies, Jack. Those glizzies was looking pretty good to you, huh? I ain't gonna front, man. Every now and then I partake, you know. I partake every now and then. It's very rare. I usually would never, but going in there so often and seeing them on there and seeing them put them on there fresh, and then the hours that I go in, as you see, 5 in the morning, you know, A lot of times they just got them out there fresh. I ain't gonna front, man. I done grabbed it a couple times this year. I done grabbed a couple of a glizzy or two. To be completely transparent, I actually had one today. That might have been yesterday. I don't know. I'm a little tired, but I just had one, and I burned the hell out of my hand because I grabbed it right off of the thing without using the grabbers because I think everybody uses them and they got germs. Maybe I'll use a fork next time. All right, let's see. Headphone breather. Who? You guys are hilarious in here. All right, you guys are talking to each other. All right, Yolanda Jenkins Wilson, if you're still here, I'm reading your comment there. It says, gang stalking is happening all over America. Correction, all over the world. Remember, I'm a TI that has traveled abroad. Since I've been gang stalked, I've traveled outside of the country one time since I've been dealing with gang stalking for the past 6 years that I've been aware. A few years ago, I traveled out to Colombia out in South America, and I experienced gang stalking there. All right, and I have video on here. I have stuff on my YouTube channel. I have a video showing that experience, a little bit of it, and I also have some photos and a few videos on my Instagram, which is under the same name, GangStalking by the numbers. GangStalking is one word. GangStalking _by_ the numbers you get what I'm saying. Underscore to all the words. Yeah, I got footage from being overseas and experiencing gang stalking there a couple years ago. So my perspective is totally different when it comes to this stuff. Jimbo says, request, I'm just a dude on my week off from England watching a schizophrenic patient in the USA. So Jimbo Jones, you think I'm a schizophrenic patient? Hilarious. You are what's the word? You have a right to your opinion. But I can tell you're wrong, and I assume you don't even believe that. But you probably, if you say you're from England, what are you, MI16 or something? What are you doing up late? Are you MI16? Working the internet, cyber division, MI16? Trying to suppress real targeted individuals' voices and make us seem as if we're mentally ill, when all of you are the ones mentally ill that are out here conducting these programs and participating in them. Schizophrenic. Garfield says we stimulate the economy. Oh my God, you have no idea how much we stimulate the economy. You know, I was telling TIs we need to start a business where, book a TI where they can book us to come to their business and just walk around and watch how much foot traffic comes in. Even if these people aren't buying things, they'll come in and look around and might see something they want for later. You know what I mean? We bring foot traffic everywhere. Look at what happens when we go to gas stations. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Once I get down to the end of these comments, guys, I'm going to end this live. I'm getting a little tired. It's 6 a.m. There's a lot of people still in here. I'm glad you guys hanging out with me. Let's see. Bro just on here yapping. You say it every time, Ferguson. That has to be a bot. You have to be a bot. Because you said that a few months ago when I was on here just yapping. So let me ask you, if you're not a bot and you're real, Ferguson, instead of yapping on my live, right? What do you suggest? What do you want to see? I've already moved around and showed you some gang stalking. If I'm not supposed to yap, you want silence? You want to look at my toes? You want me to take off my sneakers? You want to look at my toes and while I turn on some classical music or maybe a little jazz? You let me know. But this right here is a targeted individuals page. Someone is going through organized community harassment, and we have to yap. We have to talk about what we're experiencing. Talk about it and show it, because if we don't, it'll be swept under the rug. We'll just be another dead TI whose story wasn't told. So I have to be the one to tell my story. So I have to yap about it. And you come back, you're here again. So I think request the truth. Say, okay, you talking to hookah. Okay, so Rimpy1 says, saw the same car pass by me 7 times today in different places around my city. I wonder how much goes unnoticed. I know, I can imagine. I can imagine how much goes unnoticed. If you're still in here, Rampy, it's amazing. It's like the ocean. There's so much under there that we haven't even experienced and explored most of it yet. We're so covered. I don't think most people really understand like how saturated and completely smothered and covered by this program we really are. I really think that most TIs do not have a true appreciation for the amount of people that are participating in this program, how much technology, how much they use the infrastructure. I really don't think most TIs really get it. I watch the content, and it's very basic stuff that these people are talking about, because I don't think everybody can perceive and comprehend and understand different forms of communication. If you're not just stumping the Bible, if you're not just being straight up and just here's what it is, straight up and down, a lot of the, with the targeting, if it ain't just a one headlight or somebody wearing a color, a lot of these people are not going to get it. Everybody's not sharp or quick to the, draw. They're not quick to it and see what's happening around them. It took me a while, but once I realized stuff was going on, it didn't take long for me to get right. Let's put it like that. As far as mentally understanding what was happening around me. Even though I don't understand it all. I don't know everything, but Okay, so Sha says keep streaming. I just found this. I appreciate it, Sha. I got a lot more. I have a lot more on this channel. You can check it out. A lot to see here. It's a lot to see here, and this is your opportunity here to literally interact and view content, even when I do these lives, for sure, like a real authentic TI. I'm not somebody working a shift, just jump on here during the day and throw some videos out and just talk about some stuff to fill the space up. I'm really out here in the streets. So I throw my live on, it's just raw. And it's really what I'm going through. I'm really experiencing this stuff, and I'm not compromised. I'm a real TI. So I get it worse than the ones that are compromised a little bit. So that's why you see so much. And I don't even show you guys. I think I only show you guys a third of what I actually go through when I think about it. About a third. It's hard to show you all the stuff they do on the phones and the technology, when I'm on hold with different credit card companies, phone companies, or whatever business I'm dealing with. How when I'm on hold, when I first call in, they always come to the phone when 27 is on the clock. Things like that. It's hard to really show all of that. I do have a little footage. I do have some stuff on my phone that I want to try to be able to depict it. I have to get it out. You got to see this stuff, guys. Okay. Okay. Request the truth, says Jumbo Jones to me. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Okay, so Sha says if you find a Hispanic jogger, you definitely are being followed. The thing about it is, we're being followed. That's one thing I don't ever see is any Hispanic joggers. I don't. And I'm really just seeing a bunch of white guys. On occasion, I do see some black guys around, but they've been doing a lot of jogging around me lately. They do that every now and then. I guess whenever I started gaining some extra weight, I guess that's their way of letting me know. I don't know. Man, when you're dealing with this gang stalking shit, man, it's hard to really even work out. Like I want to work out more, but it's just like some people go to the gym and they work out through the problems, get that shit off. I can't really go in the gym with all that with a bunch of. I just got to be in the right mindset to be able to go to the gym and be able to have a productive time. So I don't even get in the gym like I want. You know what I mean? Because And then I gotta go there and I gotta deal with the perps. Even though it doesn't bother me when I'm there, I don't pay attention, but it's just a mindset to want to go in there and put myself through strenuous workouts when my day-to-day life is strenuous enough trying to survive, gang stalking, all the harassment, agitation, all these things it drains your energy out. You know what I mean? It just drains you. Negative energy. They put you around so much negative energy, negative vibes. And they're also doing all kinds of shit to you to sabotage you, make your life more difficult, make you spend more money than you need to spend, have you dealing in scarcity, where you don't have enough. They want you to be feeling in anxiety with, all different things. They don't want you to have any kind of sexual pleasure, no kind of relief. They love it if all TIs would just say, I'm just celibate, or they'll make you an incel. There's a lot of TIs or people in general, they turn you into an incel. Involuntarily, I'm sorry, it's late, guys. Involuntarily celibate, basically meaning you're celibate, you're not having sexual relations because the women are refusing in an organized way. It's sort of like, but women are refusing you sexual access. And that's a big part of the gang stalking program, unless you can figure out ways around that. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna go into ways you can figure it out, how to connect with people, but it's hard to do that with so much surveillance, being watched, and all that we got to go through. It's hard to really make those kind of connections. So, yeah. Jimbo Jones, you guys are talking. It's a 5K marathon going on. It's a 5K marathon going on. Yeah, around me, everywhere I go, right, lately, right? They just been sending joggers. I think that's their way of, I don't know. What else we got going on? Tommy John says, those honkies be trying that MK Ultra mind control. It ain't just them. Everybody. I'm in Atlanta, and it's a little bit of everybody. Every neighborhood. Like here in Atlanta, it's very kind of like sectioned off, right? You go to one part of Atlanta, you got all the Asians and Hispanics, all right? They're kind of like in a certain area. You go out there, they gang stalk like hell. Just like everybody else. The Asians and Hispanics, it's same gang stalking, same program, same everything. 27s, noise campaigns, synchronizations, directed conversation, mimicry, everything you can imagine. Willful incompetence, rude, disrespectful service. You get all of that in the Hispanic and Asian neighborhoods. Now, Asians never give you any attitude. That's one thing I tell you. Their gang stalk is a lot more passive. It's more like pulling off at 27 or maybe noise campaigns. But anyway, then you go down. That's that part of town. You go out there, Asians, Hispanics, a lot of gang stalking from them. Even more, and then in that area as well, the Africans like to party up there. The Caribbeans and the Africans, they party up that way on the weekends. They gang stalk like heavy, right? They don't party with the African Americans. Like the Africans, they party. They got their own thing. You deal with them, they're gang stalking like heavy, like hell. They're all on your phone. They're doing all that gang stalking. Africans. You go to the south side or the west side of Atlanta, down, especially the south side, all black people, African Americans, hella gang stalking, hella police activity, aggressive gang stalking, aggressive black people gang stalking, swarming, everything you can imagine all over town. You go into the city down in Atlanta, you already know what's up. Hella police gang stalking, homeless people, drug addicts, winos, alcoholics, all kinds of police. And you got the MARTA, the Metro bus police. You got all these. You got Georgia Tech University. You got all these schools. Their police departments are out there. All these college kids trying to make quick money, doing these little, like, instead of just doing gig jobs. One of their gigs is gang stalking. They're chasing you around out there. You go all over. You see what I'm saying? All over the area, everywhere you go, it's the same thing, and they all do the same stuff. It's all in your dossier, whatever they got. They do the same old thing everywhere you go. No matter what race, age, religion, Muslims. One of my places I work around Muslims, they gang stalk like, I mean, these Muslims really, really, really gang stalk. You know, they've calmed down, which is strange. Once I got this car, for some reason, I know they calmed down, but Muslims, and they surprised me the most. I'm gonna get to the end of the comments, but they surprised me the most because of everything they've been through after 9/11 and the war on terrorism, and for them to gang stalk the way they do, it's just kind of it's kind of perplexing. It really is. In the same way with African Americans, you know, with the civil rights movement and everything that African Americans have been through with Jim Crow and slavery and all that, and they jump out and gang stalk. It's like the same system, and they just get out here and do the same shit, lynch mobs and all that. They're down with it. So very deep. It's very interesting. Okay, Jimbo and Request and Hookah are pretty much going at each other. So I'm watching. So I'm gonna let you guys continue. Okay, Shah says if they bad, then it's good. Then if they bad, then it's good. Elaborate. I don't know what you were meaning to say there, Shah. If you're still here. Okay. Kenneth Jackson says some. I'm not sure what you was referring to there. Okay. You're talking to Jimbo Request. Okay, so Kenneth Jackson says, someone catch me up. I'm interested. Okay, if you're still in here, Kenneth Jackson, this is a targeted individuals page who's experiencing a phenomenon called gang stalking, organized community harassment, community mobbing, and my channel was about me showing my experience, my day-to-day life having this experience. And I go live. I've been doing a lot more lives because I don't have any space on this particular phone to do videos. So that's why I've been doing more lives. All right, I got to stroll down. These comments coming in. Wow, I can't imagine. I had no idea it was this many comments in here. So just strolling. It's 8:30 p.m. tonight in Melbourne. Okay. All right, guys. You guys are just talking to one another and all that. I'm trying to look through here and catch the comments from people who are talking to me. They even not gang units. They even got gang units. Yeah, they do. If you're saying these gangs are involved in gang stalking, yes, they are. If you're talking about the police gang units, I agree. Allen. All right, let me see, guys. I'm just finishing up. I'm going through here to see if there's any more comments directed towards me. If so, I'm gonna answer it. Then I'm shutting this one down, guys. All right, workplace harassment, not in the mind. Jimbo says, yes, I did. Request, he probably booked you like you're going now. Okay. In the corner, clean up, well done. Gang stalkers prove the soul trap, in my opinion. You said gang stalkers prove the soul trap, in my opinion. I gotta look into, if Tony, if you're still in here, I hear you. I gotta look into that soul trap as to what that is. I got an idea. You see that car just pulled out right there? All right. And this just came on letting me know that my vehicle is cutting off. They do that all the time, guys. So I just showed you that car pulling off, and my vehicle just gave me the message that it was getting ready to shut off because it needs, to save battery. They always have somebody walk past or drive past every time my car gives me that notification. So that this goes to show you the level of intrusive hacking and surveillance that they really have, where they're in my car and they monitor something so mundane. Like, they make sure to do it. It's not anything special about that message. It's just the fact that it's something that comes from my vehicle directly to me, and no one else really should even know that that's happening, right? But in order to give me a diseased feeling, right, an uneasy, anxiety-ridden kind of a vibe, which is not working, I already knew, accepted all of that when I got this vehicle. I already knew that it would be vulnerable to those kind of attacks. But with it being online, as you can see right here, you know what I'm saying, it's always sending out signal. But every time that comes up, most time, not every time, but if anyone's around, they always will drive a car, have somebody walk past me, or do something as soon as that comes on. And you would think about it, there's no way they should know that. You know what I mean? So this is a good example of the tech. Every time I try to go down and read the comments, it shoots up a whole bunch more. The vehicle is stalking him. Okay, let's see. Larry Hurd, my sister is being gang stalked in Mississippi. That sounds like a terrible place to be getting gang stalked, Larry. Mississippi, sheesh. I already hear enough bad things about that state, and then you add gang stalking on top of it. It sounds like your sister needs to relocate. Not saying that the gang stalking is going to stop, but I can imagine how bad the gang stalking is in the poorest state in the country. And then with the history of somewhere like that, I could just imagine what it's like being gang stalked there. I wouldn't do it. Shah says, bro, just get a gas car. Those are the most trackable cars of all time. Yeah, no matter what kind of car that I drive. So even me showing you that is not even a complaint. It's just I'm just showing you the reality of it. I already know any car. It's any new car that any of us drive as TIs in particular is going to be hacked and controlled by this program. So it just is what it is. But I am going to probably end up getting a gas car next. We'll see how things go. I've been driving this vehicle for a year. At least it. Think about swapping it out soon. Think about getting something different, trying a different vibe. But we'll see. I still like this car. But it's been a year. You know what I mean? So maybe, time for try. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I got something in mind that I'm interested in, but I won't say it out loud because I'll never have it. No, I'm not gonna say that. If I did say it out loud, maybe it'll be put in the universe and it'll come to me. Let me think positive. All right, let me finish up here. Degradation, justification, compatibility, a gang. I don't know. You might have been. I don't know if that was you were speaking to someone, direct to someone particularly. Dame, not sure, but elaborate if not. Okay, the Apple says keep it on the road. Not sure what you are referring to there. Okay, I'm just getting down to the end of the comments before I end this one, guys. I gotta go get some rest. This is why I'm afraid of the dark. Okay, James Collins says, when did you realize you were a TI? Okay, officially, I'll say officially around 2018-ish. It's kind of a blur. Like 2017, I don't really remember at all. 2018, I can only remember really the second half. And that's when I really started recognizing a gang stalking program was going on. Around 2018, I knew something strange was going on. I can't remember how I even discovered the term gang stalking, but I did somehow. All right. Let's see. Excuse me, guys. I'm getting tired here. Sun's starting to come out. It's the second time in about a week I did one of these lives and the sun coming up. Matter of fact, I think it was a week ago exactly. Yeah, I think it was a week ago exactly. If I'm not mistaken, that I did this same thing. I broke daylight with you guys. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what we got going. And I've been up all day. I've been up since, I had 9 a.m. So I'm gonna sleep in today, and then I'm gonna get out. And like I said, I got some special stuff coming for you guys this week coming up. Let me finish these comments. I got to get out of here. Don't trust the J Birds. What's a jaybird? Somebody let me know. I forgot. If anybody knows what a jaybird is, let me know. Let's see. Timing is huge for their operations. Good word. Synchronistic movements. Okay. Timing is huge for their operations. Synchronistic movements can be triggered spiritually and electronically. Yeah, that my pro. If you look at my channel, and you can probably get research on that, Gary. It's a lot of that, a lot of synchronistic movements and time coordinated operations. I mean, everything they do to a point where it almost feels like it's a program. I'm in a computer program, and everything is moving based upon a programmed actions at a certain time. It's very strange to live 40 years. Well, I say about 35, 36 years, and then all of a sudden your eyes get open to some shit like this. All these people are out here doing time coordinated, and then there's so many. They're so dedicated. They do it with a straight face. It's so strange. Their face is so normalized and so straight that it's almost like it is some kind of a control, some kind of like hypnotic, hypnotic state. You know what I mean? Like some kind of I don't know. I'm starting to get tired of talking. All right, guys. Spinderella says it's sad America allows this to happen to their citizens and won't recognize. I know. That's my biggest gripe. The fact that our country is allowing this shit to happen. They're allowing people to use these resources to just destroy people's lives. You know? It's being allowed. Okay, Requested Truth says gangs talking about numbers. Thanks for posting. No problem. More to come, especially this week. It's gonna be some interesting stuff that I think you guys really should see this week, guys. All right, I gotta get ready to end this. I'll never. These comments. I mean, I'm literally strolling down. And it's going and going and going and going. These comments are not gonna stop. So I got this ended here. If it's anything you guys had any questions or any comments or statements that you had that was very important that you really wanted to have heard or questions asked, drop it in the comments for this video, and I definitely will I definitely will respond. All right. It's worldwide youth crime is up. So yeah, if anybody has anything they want to get out, say it now in the chat. Because you guys are speaking amongst one another, you got about 30 seconds to get out your last word. You know, if you want to have the last word in that conversation y'all were having. Thanks for subbing. I appreciate that, James. It's a lot of good content on this channel between the shorts, just about every tab on this channel, the shorts, the videos, the lives, all of that stuff. You can get something from it. If you have Instagram, I'm on Instagram, GangStalking by the numbers. There's an underscore after every word except for the last one. You can get good stuff there as well. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me this time in the morning, keeping a good audience up. I'm exhausted. I'm 40 years old. I don't know how. Well, I do know how, because I was preserved for quite some time. But how I do it. I'm glad you caught it as well. Shab. But all right, guys. So thanks for praying. I'll be praying for all of you as well. I'll keep doing everything I can do to expose this program and try to find answers and make it better for us all. I got some special stuff coming up this week. You guys are going to be able to see some different stuff here, and I think it'll be a good telltale sign. No doubt, High Strangers. Thanks for coming in again. All right, guys. If I don't end this and push this button now, I'll be here forever. All right. All right, guys. Peace.